Hello, everyone. Welcome again to our course, Linguistics. So today, inshallah, we're going to describe linguistics or discovering linguistics as you see here. I just like this mind mapping when we are drawing this branches of linguistics. So I just want you to imagine this linguistics diagram. It's like divided into semantic, to syntax, to phonology, to pragmatic, lexicology, and morphology. So all of these are the branches of linguistics. And even etymology. So etymology here, it means that it's like focusing on the origin of words and the way the meaning have changed throughout history. So you may like say the origin of this word comes from, for example, the etymology of the word devil, or like if we're going to give like this word comes from where. So this comes like, for example, the word disaster came from a combination of Greek roots, words like bad star, and the word silly used to mean deserving of when you're coming to understanding الأصول الكلمة, this is what we have here means etymology here. So we have here focusing on this one. Now it like focusing on the origin of the word أصول الكلمة. So this word, for example, a disaster comes from Greek roots. It means that a bad star. So disaster comes from bad star. So it means that the negativity. Okay. Um, Moving to lexicology, and what is the meaning of this? So it comes from lexical. You know the meaning of lexical? Lexical means that like focusing on the word. So when we say the word, if you remember, we talk about the lexical choice. A lexical choice means the word. And here lexicology, it means the study, الدراسة نفسها, of the form, meaning, and of words. So here also related closely to the words. And when we're moving to the phonology, it means from phonology. Phonology, so what is the meaning of phonology? It's also part of, we can say the sounds or the phonetics, الصوتيات. So the system of contrastive relation among the speech sound that constitutes the fundamental components of the language. So this is like considered as a branch of linguistics that deals with the system of the sounds that is including in the phonetics. So it's a part of phonetics صوتيات. When we're moving to the syntax, what is the meaning of syntax? I mean here the sentence itself. So this is okay, lexical for the word, but syntax for the arrangement of the words and the phrases to create a well-formed sentences in the language. So when we say the structure of this, the structure of the sentences, and the sentence, that is consist of words. يبقى the syntax, it means that بناء الجملة. So the structure of the sentence. And we will be moving to the semantic. And what does it mean of the semantic? We mean here is the meaning. And المعنى يعني هلا إذا when we say something, we mean, for example, there is a meaning, surface meaning, and there is also deep meaning, and you have to focus on both of them. And this is what we say, we have to discover the ambiguity of the words or the sentences. And for a pragmatic, it means that to make it in a real life. And this is what we say, for example, when we going to teach or when you're going to translate in a real life situation, you going to deal with the things sensibly and realistically in a way that is based on the practical rather than theoretical consideration. يعني إنه بيكون في التطبيق الواقع in a real life situation. So that's why we say it pragmatic. And we will be moving to the morphology, and this is the last one here. In the linguistics, morphology is the study of the word that has included the principles that are formed and how they related to one another within the language. So most approaches to the morphology investigate the structure of the words in terms of morpheme, which are the smallest units of the language. هلا if we're going for example, I just want you to imagine بدي اياكم بس انه حاولوا تتخيلوا for example the word linguistics, okay? Linguistics or we can say for example, okay, another it's a word itself, okay? But when we say dogs, dog, it's the singular, and when we say dogs, it's a plural, and the smallest unit in the word we have here dog. So let's see or discovering more about this one. I just want to delete this one. Oh my god. Delete our drawings. Yeah, okay. So let's moving to the next. Phonetics. So what is the meaning of phonetics? And this is what I say here. It's like a linguistics يا جماعة يشمل كل العلوم. عشان هيك احنا في مساقنا هون هتلاحظوا ان دخلنا شوي على الموضوع التحليل الخطاب، على انه كيف بدنا نحلل في البروناونز، الضمائر، الموداليتي اذا بتتذكروا اخذناها قبل هيك، and lexical choice, lexical repetition, um, polarization. All of these are considered as phonetics, okay, sorry, linguistics. And to talk, okay, deeply about the phonetics as a part of phonology, it also has here phonetics. So phonetics study that the transmission and reception of the speech sound and إلها closely related to the sound الأصوات. While phonology is like the way sounds are used in individual language. So phonology is dealing with the language as a whole, but phonetics goes in specific to study the sounds of the speech. حتى انه يعني this is the really nice way that they even linguistics it started to analyzing the sounds of the speeches. For example, political speeches of Netanyahu, of Trump, when he's like raising their voice or lowering their voice, or rising, falling. So all of these like means there's a message in their transmission of these sounds. When we moving to the morphology, the study of the formation of the words, morphology is the study of the structure of the words. I told you about this one. So study the structure, بناء. Morphologists study minimal units of the meaning called morpheme. So the minimal, الأصغر unit of meaning is called morpheme, and investigate the possible combination of these units in the language to form words. For example, here, if we have the word imperfections, it's composed of 4 morphemes: imperfect, imperfectionist. So imperfections, it means the root perfect. يعني الجذر تبع الكلمة هاي perfect is a transform from the adjective into noun by addition, shin, ion. So here it's like we added this one, shin, made negative with M, بيعمل النفي مع pluralize with and even we pronounce it like z. So imperfections. So they have 4 morpheme, and I always like encourage my students, when you're going to divide the sentences, you have to say, like, clap your hands. Imperfections. 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 So it has 4 morphemes. Okay. Moving to the next, syntax is the level at which we study how words combine to form phrases, and phrases here combine to form clauses, and a clause join to make sentence. Subhanallah. شوف how it is like started with the word تبدأ بالكلمة, then they going to combine the form of phrases, and then the phrases form clauses, and then it is make sentences. وأنا بحكي لكم it can be from the sentences we can create paragraph فقط. Syntax studies that rule for placing the elements in the sentence, such as noun phrase, verb phrase, and adverbial phrases. So all of these are syntax studies, and syntax also attempts to describe how these elements functions in the sentence and what is the role in the sentence. Okay, so moving to the word boy is a noun. However, in each of the following sentences, it functions in different rules. So let's see how we're going to describe this boy. The boy likes the cricket. The old man loved the boy. And in sentence A, it functions as the subject of the sentence. So here, it's like comes لما نشوف الإعراب, it's like it become a فاعل. لكن when we say the old man loves the boy, here it's function as an object. So a sentence should be both grammatical and meaningful. So the word colorless, green ideas, sleep furiously is a grammatical correct, but it's not meaning. There doesn't have any meaning here. We cannot understand it. Even it is like prepared very well. And moving to the, sorry. Okay. So semantic here is a sub field of linguistics, or here discipline, which focuses on the meaning, يعني المعنى. So let's see. Deals with the level of meaning in a language. It attempts to analyze the structure, هيك مثل ما بقول دايما تحليل, the structure of the meaning in a language. So how words similar or different are related. Tries to give an account of both word and sentence as well. So it may be easy to define the meanings of the word such as tree. يعني سهل إنه إحنا أوكي نعرف tree شجرة, but not so easy to define the meaning of the word such as love. We can't define love. لا يمكن إنه we can't give any definition for love or similar abstract things. الأشياء اللي بتكون we can't hold it. Okay? يعني مجرد we can't hold it. It's love. Freedom for Palestine. So you can't define freedom. You can't define freedom because it's like abstract word. So moving to the pragmatics is assembly defined as a branch of linguistics dealing with a language in use. And what I mean here in language in use is like the coming to practical in a real life situation. يعني إنه بيصير إنه practical more than theoretical. يعني عملي أكتر ما هو نظري. So at the context itself. Here, David Crystal defined pragmatic studies the factors that govern our choice of the word or the language in a social interaction. يعني التفاعل اليومي. It's like a conversation and the effects of our choice on others. Okay. So what is the differences between semantics and pragmatics? Let's see. Related to the language internal, and this is external. This is internal, while this is a pragmatics external. والطلاب اللي معاي بيدرسوا education تربية أو ترجمة. When you're coming to the real life, it becomes like a pragmatics. But when you're going to, okay, in the classroom, it's pragmatic. But when you understand the internal, داخليا, it comes semantics. And also semantics related to the linguistics meaning, while pragmatic is focusing on a communication. And that's why I told you about this. It's like related to conversation. So here also we're going to focusing on what expression mean and what the speakers mean. This is like related to the expressions, even written or orally, but here it's like focusing on what speakers mean orally. And also here what is said, but is here what is implied. So what is like behind the scene. يعني التعريف الضمني. And here it's focusing on the language itself, but this is like here focusing on the language in use. So you're moving to the linguistics, phonological, morphological, syntaxis, semantic, pragmatic. It's focusing on the theoretical linguistics, sociolinguistics. It means sociolinguistics يعني الأشياء اللي بتكون خاصة في المجتمع social. And also here for applied linguistics, it means that in real life situations يعني اللغويات التطبيقية. Historical linguistics اللي بتكون خاصة في التاريخ. So all of here, like linguistics and phonological branches that we have here. Okay. Ritual, like related to computer, and anthropological, psycholinguistics, and neurolinguistics means that focusing on the brain. So I hope you enjoy our session today. And if you have any question related to the points that we mentioned, don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you so much. مع السلامة في أمان الله. Stay safe. Bye bye.